The second semi-final. We are in qualifier number 5 for the X Cup Summer. And boys and girls, we got Khaldor as our starting map. I like it. We got the Crybabies over here, team Wah! And they are going up against the CComrades. I think that's how you pronounce the blue team. I think so. Now, initially I called them the homies because they were trying to be funny with the acronym, but they were very insistent around the fact that they are called Team Wah! So yeah, apparently a little bit of a crybaby setup. Either way, we have quite the team over there. Also, I have to point out that Azerite is a sub player today. So apparently Ultralisk has his problems again with his internet connection, which is kind of ridiculous because I really thought that was solved. I remember that he just had endless talks with his provider, and I mean Mopsio and others helped him because apparently in the past they had similar problems, and at some point all of this was solved and his internet was really stable and was working. But lately, that was happening actually last week too, he had issues again. And he came into the lobby and said like, well, today my internet seems to be weird. I might actually just simply skip on the grand final if we make it that far and not play there. And then they decided that they would already swap him out here in the semi and play with Azerite instead. So a bit unfortunate for the blue team. But again, hopefully he can fix it soon again and just like slap his provider around a little bit. But we got Zagara banned out. Team Wah is currently second in the leaderboard. They won one qualifier and came second in the other. And it would be a rematch if they make it to the grand final. It would be a rematch between them and the Hardos. But obviously, we're jumping ahead a little bit here. We got the CComrades on the other side. And the Comrades are doing a really good job too. Comrades have been very diligent about participating in all the qualifiers. And obviously, if you participate in every single qualifier, you have a higher chance to accumulate points, since in every qualifier you can get points depending on how far into the tournament you can go, how well you perform. We have some teams that only played one qualifier so far, the Donuts for example, or the freaking Mafia X-Rays team. But some of them have been just trying to lock in every single qualifier so that they can establish themselves at the top of the leaderboard, which would not only qualify them for the playoffs, but also get them a better seeding for the playoffs, which is kind of important too. And since we are playing for 4,000 euros in total, it's kind of important. Now, as we're heading into our first 3 picks, we have Brightwing, followed up by the Haka and Tychus. So already the Global's kicking in on the map. With Globals, you're always thinking Vikings at least here, but it's not like Harzops is playing. Then again, it's not like Harzops is the only guy that can play Vikings. We've seen plenty of other players jumping on them too. So with Tychus in, we're going to maybe even get our Master Assassin again. It's all about the passive, as mentioned. Here comes Urel and Hanzo. Boss control is going to be important. Controlling the map is going to be important. They're already banning Zeratul. Okay. I want to see what the support is going to be for the blue team. Something like Malfurion could also get Stukov in, of course. I mean, with Banana, you're always looking at Ana. But I don't really think that we're going to get that pick here, especially not on this map with Hanzo, Urel, Brightwing already on the other hand. That would put a lot of pressure on the Banana Age if they're really diving for a Granny. But Nubura gets banned. Yeah. And time for the double pick. So let's see what we're gonna get. Masquerade. I mean, I would love to. Like, I love seeing him on Diablo. I think Diablo is one of the most fun characters for him, and there's so many corners and angles that he can exploit on this map where he can just bully the opponent around. It's fantastic. Now, do I think we're gonna get Diablo? Probably not. Depends a little bit on what else they're locking in together with it, but I don't think so. Ah ha ha! And there it is. Awesome. I like it. Yeah, you know, this is the secret to happiness, everybody. Pay attention. This is what you all paid for. You didn't, but again, it doesn't matter. Low expectations. Low expectations, and you will be pleasantly surprised and never disappointed. So, you see what I did there? Diablo, nah, it's most likely not going to happen. I don't really think it's there. Oh my god, Diablo, amazing. So yeah, Forster together with it. So, we got the Gust for boss control. We got Tyrael on the other side, played by Porky over here. And Alfredo with Maiev. Best name. Still the best name. Love it. And Banana H, last but not least, the support on Khaldor. We get Stukov. Yeah, that sets us up. Game number 1, everybody. Let's jump in. Khaldor is the map. Team Wah is going up against the Corridor Comrades. Let's go. Game number 1, semi-final. Team Wah, the Crybabies, going up against the Corridor Comrades. Yeah, we spent already the 5 or 10 minutes on the break screen because Menaldor apparently lost power. I have no idea what happened there, but it was a bit wild. We're going to talk about this later. First of all, let's introduce our boys. We got the Crybabies on the left side with Dino and Tychus. They don't really call it Crybabies, they're Team Wah, but apparently you're supposed to be like wah wah, something like that. So yeah, it's the Crybaby team, whatever. And they're crying a lot when you don't pronounce their team name properly, so yeah. They, by the way, don't deserve an introduction this time, simply because they made us all wait. So that's why we're going straight into the game. And boy, we at least get some action. Okay, so they're trying to make up for it. Alfredo on his Maef already starting to murder them a bit. And Falstad is the first one to fall. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, Menaldor and Urel, he gets the first kill. And that makes slowly up for what just happened. Because we literally ended the game. Ooh, Masquerade goes down too. That's an easy double kill. Good for the comrades. Yeah, but we ended the game, and then the first thing that happens is, in the loading screen already, Menaldor apparently drops, and the loading screen persists for more than 5 minutes. And then once the game starts, he instantly disconnects. And then we're told the entire time, he's coming back, he's coming back. But I have no idea what's happening in that house, if he just powers his PC with some potatoes, or if there is an aging hamster that is running in a wheel somewhere, because it took an eternity for him to make it back into it. But now we finally have him back to business. And they open it up with 2 kills against the blue team, so good for them. The Comrades, really solid position for them in the leaderboard too, so both of these teams have done a very, very nice job trying to aim for the top 4 even, for the playoff seeds. And yeah, we'll see who is going to be victorious here. The favorite is Team Wah. I mean, again, the blue team, they won already one tournament. The second tournament that they participated in, they came in 2nd place. They lost in the grand final to the Hardos, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was qualifier number 3. So they have a good shot of moving on again. And they would meet the Hardos once more. Already, Nano is getting attacked. They quasar, but yeah, goes up against 3, decides that this is probably not the best odds to go up against. No Master Assassin in this game, not going for the passive. Instead, we get the bigger they are. And Alfredo is pausing the game. And yep, Menaldor dropped again. That is bad news, everybody. I'm not quite sure what exactly is currently happening with that bad boy, but I can tell you this much, it doesn't bode well for this particular game. We might even have to sub him out at some point, because he is about as unstable with his connection as Ultralisk. He's apparently the new Ultralisk here, and this really worries me a little bit. If that continues, they might have to sub him out.
Welcome back.
Okay, Menaldor is back, and I don't know, guys, but it seems like we have some bigger issues, because his PC shut down for a 2nd time, and that starts to sound like a hardware issue. Now, the team is in the lead, and honestly, technically in the rules, it's determined that each team has 10 minutes that they can use to pause the game if anything happens with one of their players, and the Comrades already surpassed those 10 minutes by a lot. I mean, in total, including the time that we spent waiting as the game started for Menaldor, they are easily at 15-20 minutes. And the blue team had no problems with it thus far. But if he drops again, then very likely this is going to result in a free win on map number 1 for the blue team and a sub player for the Comrades for map number 2. So this is getting a bit tricky. So fingers crossed that everything is working well for Menaldor from here on out, and it was just a weird software problem that occurred twice. But obviously it sounds a bit unlikely. We'll see. Dino gets attacked and nearly goes down. They save him with 150 hit points. That's all there's to it. We have a double global, by the way, also for the blue team. So a lot of control of the map through the globals alone for Team Wah. And I honestly should just go for the soundboard every single time I talk about that. On the left side, the blue team, it is Team! Exactly. So, with that, we have our first tribute up, and boy, they are going for the 5v5, don't they? That big stun into the corner. Menaldor goes down, and that is exactly why I highlighted a bit earlier that Masquerade on Diablo is just absolutely insane. And yep, that should be the first tribute. But Alfredo comes in with a quick interrupt, and they're turning it on Diablo. Attempting to take him down here. With the Haka already moving back towards the middle, there's also potential experience that gets lost to the comrades, and it's definitely damage on the gate that's happening. Down here, he needs to deal with the situation too. Khaldor is coming back into the fight now with his Ural. The kill against Falstad. The comrades are turning it around. That's the third kill for them in the game, and they're trying to lock in a fourth against Dainu. And oh, this is the second time that he gets out with pretty much no HP. Yeah, here's the explosion. Tyrael also died. But the problem for the comrades is that the Haka has still moved around the map. Experience globes, by the way, shitty as usual, allowing an insanely late rotation by Ural, and she still gets all of the XP there. Well, not all, but still more than she should. Good drag, and buying a little bit more time. Yeah, I still hate experience globes with a passion. Anything that makes it easier for teams with bad rotations to prevail is not a good thing. One of the coolest things about high-level coordination was just how crisp you needed to be in the way that you rotated between the lanes to ensure that you're not losing out on experience. These days, you just have way too much time with those changes that Blizzard brought in. Generally, if they want to put something in to change it slightly, that's one thing, but the numbers that they really use for this are total horseshit in my opinion. But anyways, opinions obviously are like assholes. Everybody has one. So, 33 stacks on Falstad on the level 1. We got our level 7 kicking in with the boomerang. The stack stat these days, every time, since Blizzard brought the new patch in, this is pretty much the go-to build. Attack against Khaldor again. They really hate Ural over here. So they're currently doing that. We have another tribute about to be channeled, and this time it seems like the comrades are locking this one in without it being contested. For good reason. They have level 10, you don't want to go up against that, it's kind of suicidal, so they just let it slide. Now, with all of that, we got 3 kills to 3, we got level 10 coming through for the comrades, and that makes things quite interesting. This, on the other hand, is actually a really early grab on the boss, and the blue team might have enough time to rotate towards the top and contest this one, especially with Quasar double checking and even delaying this. So this is a bit of a disaster right now from a timings perspective for the comrades. Now, they got Gust, they got the arrow, so they got a couple of cool moves to control the space around the boss, but let's not forget that they're also up against an Apocalypse on Diablo, and on top of that, we have Odin that can siege up on the point, plus of course the Gust, which is even more important. The Quasar is locking those in easily. Yeah, good disc as well. Down at the bottom of the map, Falstad, by the way, goes up against the birdie, pushes this back, is getting pinged to join, but they're taking the fort down, and Falstad flying topside is going to help out in a moment, but well, Brightwing is already there. Stun only for the zone. Don't get a lot out of this. Here comes the birdie, comes in and takes the shot. They take Maiev down. They eliminate Hanzo. And that is a bad position for Tyrael and for Brightwing. Both of them are with their back to the wall. Tyrael is trying to get out of this one, but even he is going to die. So that's 4 kills in that last encounter. And they can now also start to, of course, defend the mid lane. They already took the tribute. The Haka is continuing the pressure play at the top. Yeah, and the blue team have turned this around quickly. They lost 2 of their heroes in the early game, which was a bit of a setback, but now they are looking at a significant lead. They're 2 levels ahead, 4 kills ahead. They have 2 tributes to 1. The bot lane fort has been destroyed. I mean, they are running the show here. They're absolutely running things now. And this gets, of course, reflected in the damage too. We have 27,000 on Tychus. He's the top damage for the team. Interestingly enough, Diablo is coming in second damage for the blue team. 12,000 for him. On the other side, you got Hanzo and Maiev that are chunking this out nicely. To give you a bit of an idea of the experience, take a look over on this. We have Dehaka with 8,000, Falstad also with 8,000. The 2 globals doing their job, therefore, controlling the side lanes. Arrow connecting with 3, but Alfredo's a little bit low. They're trying to go for Maiev, and she gets saved. The insta-disc as the bird comes down, and that might be a dead Azerite. He's actually making his way out. The channel is happening. Khaldor needs to interrupt. The rest of the fight is happening on the right side as they are completely controlling the choke point here. Yeah, Porky in particular is experiencing that firsthand. And there's another wall stun as Masquerade is bullying Maiev. Masquerade on Diablo is just absolutely nuts. I mean, it's bonkers. This guy is currently the best tank in Europe, and for a good reason. It's absolutely ridiculous. He has pretty much won everything after HGC went down that's there to win. Talking about the Masters Clash, talking about the CCL, this guy is an absolute monster, and he's showcasing it here once more. Now that the curse is up and they still run a talent advantage, they are 3 levels ahead. They take down the fort in the mid lane. At the top, they've done the exact same thing. Maynaldor also in trouble. They try for Urel, and they are going to take her down. Another kill. 9 kills, 2-3. Fantastic setup. Yeah, they are getting so much done here. All of the forts are gone. The bottom keep is soon going to take some damage. Another 18 seconds on the curse. That's an insane amount of time to still have available. And they are about to lock in level 16 talents. The mid lane gets attacked by a camp. Guys, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. Team Wah, they are going through the corridor comrades like hot butter through cheese. I mean, again, they are just dropping them where they stand. The keep at the bot lane is losing more and more HP. The one at the top is already down. We are 10 minutes into the game, and the entire map is falling apart from the perspective of the red team. Urel is desperately trying to stay at the bot lane to keep the keep in play, and she's able to do that, but it's so low already. The one in the mid lane is at 50% HP. And we're talking about 3 levels of elite for the blue team. It's insane. Absolutely insane. 38,000 for Tychus. The damage output for him. Hanzo is a bit ahead. But again, a lot of this is poke damage. That doesn't really count too much. So here we go. They Quasar at the bot lane. They got the globals. They can control these side lanes now even more with the catapult pressure that is added to it. Yeah, and here we go. They're starting to move straight up for the next camp with the talent lead that they have. They should easily be able to lock the camp in and steal it away, which is exactly what they're trying to do. And if given even just a little bit of time, one of the globals is going to drop this eventually. So yeah, that's happening too. And of course matters get worse since the boss at the top lane is now being fought over. And you can't do anything about it. You don't have level 16, and even if you did, yeah, you have to deal with the camp in the middle, or you're gonna lose ground there. So the Haka is staying at the bot lane. He wants to take those siege giants down, so the key bot side is gonna fall for sure. The idea is obviously to get the boss towards the core and end the game right here, but even if that doesn't work, if that distracts the opponent enough so that you get value at the bot lane, at the mid lane, that's a different story then. And bot lane pressure with the catapult is there. It's gonna build up slowly, but they want to end the game right here, right now. That's pretty much what they're trying to do. So here comes the play, there comes the kill. We got Tyrael eliminated. They make the play for the core with a 5 versus 4 and Odin being used to siege up here. This looks like an inevitable win for the blue team. Team Wah, they're trying to go for the apocalypse only for the zone. The core has already lost its shield and is losing hit points, losing them quickly. That's the end of Maiev, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of game number 1. They kill Hanzo, they kill Maiev, they kill everybody. They're looking for more kills. It's the end of the fruit fly. Brightwing gets killed, and so does the core. We have a 1-0 for the blue team in this semifinal. GG. Well played. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity. So apparently things are stabilizing for Maynaldor. Seems like everything is fine now, but fingers crossed. Battlefield of Eternity is our second map. The lead obviously goes to the blue team. They kind of dominated that one. It's always a little bit of a weird situation though, isn't it? Because you are in a spot, you know, where you are playing the game, all of a sudden you get a bit ahead, then one of your players has problems, disconnects a few times. And then just the stress of making sure that you're not ending up with a death loss, getting him back into the game, and then trying to find your rhythm again is tricky. Now, as we can see here, they weren't really able to lock the victory on the first map, but here in Battlefield, maybe they got a chance here. Now, the map was chosen by the blue team. Zagara is banned, Stukov is banned immediately, and that means obviously we have a first pick for the Corridor Comrades. Yeah, and for them it's going to be important to win this one if they want to have a chance to make it to the grand final. If not, then they're of course dropping into the third place decider, and they're still locking in some decent points. No matter if they would end up 4th or 3rd place, they will get some solid points for the leaderboard, and since they were very diligent participating in pretty much every single qualification tournament thus far, they are in a solid spot in the top 8. They're not really in a position yet where it is inevitable that they will participate in the playoffs and make it into the top 8, but again, they have a solid base to build on now with the remaining 5 qualifiers after this one here today. So Chromie gets banned too, no range poke here, and actually that leaves a lot of heroes open. We have Vala still open, Lucio is even banned, so that means that all of the damage dealers are open outside of Zagara. You have Hanzo up, you have Vala up, we saw the Hardos with Suljin in a double support, but here comes the insta-lock on Vala, and that of course again screams double support. You're immediately thinking, hey, what is happening with the double support setup now? What can the comrades do? Are they locking in that Uther, for example? Yeah, but we've seen previously Suljin against this lineup. Suljin, Morales, and Stukov, which was just nasty. Here comes Urel, and we get Liming. Okay, good poke and insta-blow potential, of course. And I would expect that we're going to get a double support from the comrades. Unless, of course, they want to play this with a Zarya. If they lock Zarya in and a single support, maybe Medivh, then yes, you could play it without 2 supports. But normally when you have a Vala here these days, it means automatically that you're trying to support her with 2 healers and have her as your hyper carry. So first we get Blaze, and we have Malfurion. Still the options to go for either solo support setup with Blaze and the additional bunker, or a second one coming in. Time will tell. The ban becomes important. Could ban Uther, for example, if you really want to make sure that Uther is not becoming a problem here. That's an option. With Blaze already taken, that's good for them. Urel Blaze is a solid setup for the 2 at the top. Always assuming that they're going to go for the traditional 1-4 split. And there's the Diablo ban this time. Masquerade apparently has other plans. Not gonna lock him in himself. But yeah. I mean, the comrades have to do something to turn this around, and it's not gonna be easy. I would not be too upset to see a proper double support Vala setup, because you need to come in with something a bit different. Banana H, yeah, his Ana gets banned. His Ana's bananas and a nano boost on Liming would be a problem. They are going for Tracer. Despite the fact that Malfurion is already taken, they're still saying, hey, we're going to play Tracer here. Tracer, Liming with a Nuborak and Urel. So the front line is decent, the old school Korean setup. In an ideal world, you want to have either Stukov, but more so Malfurion with it, because not only can you follow up with a root on the stun of a Nuborak, but you can get the heal over time for Tracer. That has been taken away as an option. And now the moment of truth. Double support, yes or no? And yep, there he is, Uther. I would have expected him as a ban, honestly. But we even get Greymane with this. So, all of a sudden you have Greymane, potentially with the Divine Shield, also jumping in on either Tracer or the Immortal. Because now you can really come in with those auto attacks. And Tracer is also going to suffer a bit once that Vala makes it onto level 16 and 20. With Manticore and Farflight Quiver, you can pressure her a lot. Until then, that's a different story though. But yeah, Dino will have to be on his toes here. But again, he's a fantastic Tracer player, so there's that. And the support for all of this, it's Deckard Cain, the old man. It's been a while. I mean, it's really been a while since we've seen him, right? So, Battlefield of Eternity, map number 2, the 1-0 lead for Team Wah. And we're heading straight into the next game of this series, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity. Dino is playing Tracer in the second game for the blue team. We have Masquerade on Anubarak, Banana H on Deckard Cain, Azerite is playing Liming, and Dequaza on Urel. The comrades with Alfredo and Greymane, Nano with Vala, and an arrow build. Gotta point that out these days, because the multi-shot build is also very much so viable on Battlefield of Eternity. Vexo and Malfurion, Poki and Uther, and we got Menaldor with the new habits, despite it being a 2-lane map, with the 2 lanes being very far apart, with Blaze. Alright, so far, no disconnect. Yeah, things apparently have stabilized again, so good stuff. This is exactly what we want to see here. No technical difficulties, just all about the play. Pleb horse for Porky down here. And just a little bit of dancing around. Nano with the first stack, obviously attempting to lock those in as the game continues. Our solo lane at the top gets established, as you would have expected. And down here, they might actually... I was expecting them to go for Malfurion, but Uther was a bit too far out, and they just said, you know what? Let's take him down first. Uther already did a quick kill for Team Wah. Wah, wah, wah. The crybaby is in blue. Not like this. It got close there for a second, but Masquerade a little bit over-eager as he's attempting to lock in another stun. And if they can follow up on that with Banana Aegis mobility, then yep, you can get those extra kills. Li Ming obviously is fantastic for that burst damage, and on top of that you got Dino too. But as I explained earlier during the draft, once that we're scaling into the late game, if you are still on eye level with your opponent, this setup could be dangerous. You have a Greymane that can be very, very much a threat to Tracer, and auto attacks as they scale up for Vala. That's something that Tracer also doesn't really like. Tracer can dodge out mainly most abilities. I mean, skill shots in general, you can just like dodge. He's insanely quick on her feet. With the recall too. Talking about Tracer, there's the kill with the help of Li Ming. They lock Vala down. Yeah, but again, you can't dodge out on auto attacks, and that's really where Tracer is gonna have some trouble if it ever comes to that. But for now, they're doing great because Greymane moved to the top to lock at least one camp in, as the blue team focused on the Khazra camp at the bottom of the map. You already see the 3 in here, and they take the first one of those towers down, and they're working on the rest as well. This is actually starting to get a little bit scary. Now, we have 2 heroes moving topside for a very simple reason. With the camp also being active for the Comrades, they need to help on the defense a bit. And that has done some serious damage, but it's just nothing compared to what happened at the bottom of the map, where the entire thing fell apart already. So another good start for the blue team. Yeah, we got them with the repeating arrow now in. Puncturing arrow on level 1, of course, for the stacks. And both teams going for the camp as they're trying to set it up on lane. And that is already threatening the bottom fort, because the blue team, as they opened the lane up, have pretty much done all the prep work they needed to. He's tempted. The Quasar was thinking about jumping over. He was like, guys, are we trying? Is anybody else here? Are you guys close? Can we try and contest that? But not quite. So the Immortals are up. Camps are up on the map. They're already starting to attack here. Urel is pushing this out a little bit further. And up at the top, nobody's defending yet. They're trying to go for the halftime show first. Meneldor is trying to defend. And yeah, they need to take this down. So the entire wall is now fallen too. At the bottom of the map, as already expected, this is starting to go for the fort. So a bit of time is being bought by Dequaza as he's pushing Alfredo back. But the blue team is now starting to dance around their own Immortal in the hopes to save this one. The Comrades are just a bit more aggressive on the other hand. So they're doing a very good job with the damage. Blaze is still at the bottom though. And it seems like they are able to lock in the first one. Yeah, the Comrades, with Greymane in particular, but also Vala, have the output they need to lock the first one in. It's looking very, very good for them. But then again, Uther down. That changes this slightly. Can they do more? They go for Nana. Yes, they get Vala. And the Immortal is falling, don't get me wrong, but they are paying a heavy price for this. Because Greymane might... Yeah, he's not going to make it either. Greymane is also dead. That's 3 kills. I don't think that was worth it. 3 deaths and you lock the first Immortal in that is going to be defended quite easily. And you now are half a level behind. Guys, it's 5 kills to 0. Oh, this is... Yeah. Yeah. Me no likey. I don't think that was really the play here. So, unless they can get some... Nah, Masquerade is not going to fall to this. So, that Immortal is not doing a whole lot. No. No. They're going to get this. It doesn't even destroy the entire wall. I mean, that's how rough this is. And they're going for Uther again. Easy kill. This is tough times for the Comrades. The blue team, they came into this as the favorite. They played a fantastic first tournament where they participated. Their second tournament, they were able to lock in the tournament victory. And now they are on the way to the grand final again. After a convincing win on map number 1, Cursed Hollow, they are now absolutely crushing it here on the second one too. Moving in with kill after kill. Oh my god. 8 kills to 0. This is rough. Guys, if you have kids watching that, get them out of the room, shield their eyes. This is going to give them nightmare. They'll need professional help for years if you let them watch that. Oh my god, at least explain it to them. Because this is just a disaster for the comrades. Team, wow, makes that look like quick match right now. Yeah, that's a 1.5 level lead at the 5-6 minute mark. Look at this, they're going to the top wall. They're just saying like, whatever guys. We're crushing this entire thing now. And what does the red team do? They're going down to the bottom of the map to take a camp. And you know why? Because they know that the blue team is going to hit heroic abilities in just another second. So if they go topside, they're going to get farmed even more. So instead, they're just saying, well, let's cut our losses here and just sacrifice the top fort and try and get counter damage down at the bottom of the map, which is the right decision at the end of the day. But they already have to move out because, well, the blue team is rotating down and is trying to catch them. Look at the old man, by the way. Yeah, Banana H was trying to come in here and interrupt them. Hit him with a stick. He's not afraid. But that's both forts gone. Both of the forts are already gone. Here comes Masquerade. Again, they don't have level 10. They haven't gotten a single kill and they don't have heroic abilities. Oh, that hurts. I'm afraid. I'm really, really afraid for the comrades. The blue team is right now speedrunning this. Cocoon comes in. They are stealing the camp away. And yeah, that's a disaster. By the way, stealing this camp is not always necessarily about you trying to get value out of the camp. Oftentimes you won't get a lot in the sense that the camp doesn't do damage. But first of all, you don't have to deal with it on your lane, so it doesn't draw any resources away from the mid lane fights. But your opponent will have to sacrifice some time defending against it if they don't want it to do damage, which means they can't hold anybody in the mid lane in the meantime. Or, sorry, in the middle of the map in the meantime. Which is pretty much the biggest play here. So now that Dequaza is defending at the bot lane, Menaldor is here, so it's a 4 versus 4 topside. And this Immortal is going to hurt, because that bad boy holds a lot... I mean, that shield is massive. Go for the throat as expected against Tracer. We got the Rain of Vengeance in. And they are starting to chase Blaze. But if they want to get some value out of the Immortal, they gotta go for it now. So Porky already gets attacked. And can they get a kill? The body blocks, the flip, and that's a kill. Uther is down. That's the 4th time already that they took Uther apart. And that bottom keep is in serious danger now. Another Cocoon, this time against Greymane. Jet Propulsion misses on Dequaza, as Dequaza was locked down by the root first. Unfortunate and unlucky for Menaldor. And this is keep. We're 8.5 minutes in, and this is keep. And they're taking Vala. Don't tell me they can't go core here. Nah, the death timers are too low. They can't go core. The death timers are simply too low. But they might get another kill. They're trying to go for Malfurion. Ah, the sleep. The big boys sleep right here. But now that Li Ming is also dead and Urella's bit in the dust, they all gotta move back. They overstayed a little bit. Dino is trying to get the kill, and he gets it again against Porky. Oh my god. 5 deaths already on Uther. Vala has died 4 times. This is a 1.5 level lead. 11 to 2 kills. And they're looking at the map and they're like, what do we do next? What's up? What's up? Ah, camps. Exactly. Let's go for a couple of camps. Let's lock in some experience here. This looks more and more like we're going to see a grand final between the Hardos and Team Wah again. And I wouldn't be too unhappy about that. The last time that we saw those two dish it out, it was super fun to watch. And they were quite close there, so would be a nice one. But, well, let's see. So already the jump. Alfredo. Yeah. I mean, they need kills. And Dino is doing fantastic with Tracer. I talked earlier a bit about how this is not really all that easy for Tracer. You're going up against stuns, you're going up against roots, you have good auto attacks against you. Greymane, but he has no trouble with it. They're taking Vala and Greymane down, and they're getting an insta-kill against Uther too. Guys, this is all of a sudden 3 kills, and this might just be core right here. Yeah, they're going for the core. This is what made it possible. Coming in with a kill on Vala, and then getting a quick follow-up on Greymane. They kill Uther, now they're following up with Blaze, or at least they're trying to. Menaldor's on the run. They might not have a chance to go for the core though. Those death timers are still so insanely low that everybody is back after just a couple of seconds. That's exactly what we're seeing here. So they have to fall back again. The Immortal is up another 10 seconds, but they get the Blaze kill. 15 kills to 2. They are 3 levels ahead and the bot lane is still pushing. They are farming it. They're turning this into another farm simulator. Divine Shield on Greymane. Finally, he can't die for a couple of seconds, but they're already following up on this. And they get the Uther kill, of course. I mean, Uther is more dead than alive at this point. He's just getting murdered. The same is true for Vala. She's so squishy, she doesn't stand a chance here. Alfredo, he's on the run, and he tries to get the kill against the Nubarak, but even that doesn't work out. They're looking at the core again. Bot lane, yeah, Khaldor camp and catapults are there. Death timers still insanely low. They have level 16 in just another second, and they're trying to go for the core. The catapults are already on the main structure. There's the cocoon. The shield will fall. I just don't know if they can take the entire thing down. I mean, they're falling in hit points, and it's just too early. The death timers are too low. 94%, 92, so they got at least some, but it's not going to be enough. That's 10% in total of the core, maybe. But that's about it. But they're just brawling. They're just turning it into a brawl. That's all that they're doing here. Now it's level 16 talents versus level 13 talents. 3-level lead. Bot lane had to be dealt with. The entire wall is open. Keep so far hasn't taken damage. Core has, of course, suffered a little bit. We only have 15 stacks on Vala's arrow build. And the damage output, she's at 23,000. We have Trace on 30. Li Ming on 21. Urel is on 20. Yeah. Down here, Minotaur. Dino wants the kill. Dino. It's Li Ming that locks it in. Li Ming locks the kill in. 19 kills to 2. This is a statement. They're not only winning a game here, they're making a statement. This is ours. Both of the supports are down. They go for Greymane. He cocoons him just for the lulz. The dance party is into. Vala is dead. Greymane is dead. And they're going for the keep at the bottom of the map. Not even going for the core right now. Just making sure that they have full control over the map at this point. Locking in the extra experience here. Gotta kill the structures. Gotta kill all the structures. Yeah, Minotaur's coming in now as well. Yeah, Stale while listen actually didn't connect with him. Okay, so there's that. Can they get another kill? They're trying. And I guess the answer is yes. Malfurion was, for a second, desperately trying to keep him alive. That didn't work. And that should be game. Death timers are a little bit higher right now. We're 13 minutes in. They're still dancing around the core, and now more catapults are moving in too. The core is slowly falling, and that's not the only thing that falls. With 25 kills to 2, we have Uther dying again. 70% catapults on all sides are now targeting the core, and this is game. Convincing 2-0 victory for Team Wah against the CComrades, and that allows the blue team to move on to the grand final.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.